Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's Vintage Thursday video it is time to show you the latest addition to Father Phil's vintage tractor collection, and it is Nutfield. It's not a 1060.
It's the badge of a 1060.
It's the badge of a 1060, but it's a Nutfield with a BMC 6-cylinder engine.
Yes.
So I let Father Phil take over.
It's one of the things I wanted to do at some stage, especially when I was a young fella, was put a 6-cylinder engine into a Nutfield. Quite an easy conversion. All you had to do was extend the chassis rails, because they have a chassis rail system rather than the heavy sump, the way the Fergusons are done. And never got to do it. Just I located an engine one time, but I didn't get a tractor, and just didn't happen. But you got messaged. I got
messaged from a lad up the north. He asked, would Father Phil have any interest in this? Sent me the pictures, and as you can tell, it's a full respray job, and it is looking very tasty. It is looking very tasty. It also has that 1060 badge, but it's not.
He sold it or advertised it as a 6-cylinder Nutfield.
Yeah.
In fairness to him, he wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I went up. I seen the badge. I purposely kind of wanted a 1060 conversion
because the 10-speed gearbox.
10-speed gearbox.
Yeah, and they were with the 1060 Nutfields with the 6-cylinder BMC were very fast.
Yeah, they were quite nippy, but sure, it wasn't for that reason I was buying it. But it was just the first tractor I bought was a 1060. The forklift is a genuine 1060. I wanted to get another one. Turns out to be a 460.
So it's a 4-speed gearbox.
No. It's the 4. I think they know had the 4-cylinder engine.
Oh.
And or 4-cylinder engine, 60 horsepower. I think that's where the 460 came from. So I may be wrong on that now.
Right. So what's the difference then? How can you tell a 1060 from a 460?
Well, straight away you have no high-low.
No high-low.
There should be a high-low lever there.
Yeah.
That's the first telltale sign.
Right.
The second telltale sign is the brake covers. The brake covers on that are thin.
Yeah.
On a 1060, they were complete cast housing. That housing came right out across, and there were a dry disc brake.
Yeah.
And there was a heavy plate put in on the end with a row of studs to enclose them. Other than that, there wasn't much else. The front axle in that is much the same as a 1060.
Yeah.
Now it has a 6-stud front wheel. Where the older ones has a 5-stud.
Yeah.
Everything else is pretty much basic. It has a pulley, which is quite nice to have.
Yeah.
It's quite nice to have. It's nicely sprayed up. It's running very well. It's a little bit smoky, but tractors of that age were always a bit smoky till they warmed up.
Yeah. So just to finish up, anyways, your man. But your man messaged me.
Yes, he messaged
and
you.
I showed Father Phil.
And it looked nice.
Yeah, it looked very clean in the picture. So you decided to go up.
I decided, and look, I brought the trailer.
Yeah.
I brought the trailer.
It was a long way up.
It was a long way up. Took us nearly 3 hours.
Yeah.
To get up to where it was. We met the lad, grand young fella, and his father and uncle was there, and his mother, and well, straight away I told him it wasn't what was on the badge.
Yeah.
And he was even a bit disappointed because he wasn't sure. It was a local tractor to that area. It's a Knoll conversion. Now, he didn't do the conversion.
Yeah.
That conversion has been done a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's what they call a Panther engine. It works on vacuum. You bring around the light to the
bring around the light.
There's a few little things has to be done to finish her off. She's not just exactly fully finished. There's no air breather.
Yeah. So that's.
So this is what controls your throttle. There's a butterfly valve in there. Right in.
Yeah.
So with the result, they got the nickname of a Panther engine. When it's cold and you start it goes vroom, vroom. It revs up and down. It doesn't run level till it warms.
Yeah.
And then it'll run dead level. But it's a nice clean old engine. I think they were 5 litre, 5.4 or something like that.
It is 5.7. There was
5.7.
Yes, I think there was two. There was a 5.7 and a 5.1 when I was looking online. But that engine would have originally come out of.
That started off in a truck.
Yeah.
I think some of the Austin trucks had that engine. That engine, I would say, is probably late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah, and the tractor would have been.
Tractor would be early 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, early 60s. No, it's 50s. She could be mid 50s.
Yeah.
That one is 47.
That's the TVO.
That's the Universal now.
Yeah.
They started off with the Universal. I don't know how many years they made the Universal, and then they brought out the 460 and the 342.
Yeah.
Which was a 3-cylinder.
Nutfield
with smaller back wheels, and it's just a smaller engine. Then they progressed on into the 1060s, and then the last ones was what were 465, 4/55, 65 or something like that.
Yeah. So
that's
definitely
not a 1060.
This is the fuel system here, anyways.
That's your Sims inline pump.
And then in front of that,
Something to do, I don't know, it's something to do with the governing. That's where it's covered. There's part of the governing is there as well. So, other than that, it's pretty straight. The tyres are good enough. We had a small issue when we went to load it.
yeah.
You can go around and show the far wheel. Made it all the more interesting.
So you might tell that this wheel is on the wrong way around.
And there's a reason for it.
Wouldn't fit.
It was out really wide.
Yeah.
And we went up with the plant trailer, the tri-axle plant trailer with the high sides on it.
Yeah.
Well, it has a foot side on it, and the tractor was 6 inches too wide for the trailer. So, which I'd never seen happen before in an old yuck. All the bolts opened, and we had to turn them around and turn the bolts. Yeah. And put it back that way. But we'll take it off some evening.
And put it the right way.
Yeah.
But it is a very, very nice job that was done on it. You can see there, she is very, very clean.
They had a kind of that particular model had a bit of a draft control on the top link.
Yeah.
Where the 1060s was solid. So you did a bit of a U there, and there's a bit of a link on the far side. That was kind of a characteristic of the 460. Not disappointed that it's a 460. I just was expecting a 1060. A 1060. So.
But it's, as you said, it's that 6-cylinder BMC engine.
It's a 6-cylinder conversion is what I was after, really. But it'd be nice if it had been in a 1060.
But sure.
But anyway, I've imagine with 1060.
It's warming. It's warming up on us now, because it is lovely seeing the shed, because it is in such good condition.
Oh, yeah.
The top bonnet is a little bit.
Top bonnet has a bit of a mixed match. There was a hole filled in here. The exhaust on it, nutfield, normally came through the bonnet. Yeah. And if you put your hand inside, you can see the bit of tin work where it was filled. That was filled in. It's probably the bonnet's off a 460, which I would imagine. The oil filler was here and the air breather was there, and the exhaust would have come through the bonnet there. Maybe. I don't think we'll change it. Well, we'll have to put some sort of an air breather on it, because we may pull out the single chop harvester some evening for a bit of vintage Thursday action. Yeah. It'd be well fit for the single chop harvester. Yeah.
But that engine would be putting out what, about 90 horses, 80 horses?
No, I'd say about 80 horsepower.
80 horses.
I'd imagine 70 to 80 horsepower, I suppose. If they're all alive, they might be all alive. But I'd say they are. It's running quite well. So you're ready for the big burst of smoke now. I
suppose, is there anything else? Your pulley's working on it.
Pulley is working, it's engaging perfectly. They were single clutch now.
Yes.
That model, the 1060 would have been dual clutch.
And that was one of the reasons you wanted the 1060, because it would have run a precision chop harvester.
It would have run well, when you put your 400 clutch, the harvester wouldn't stop.
Yeah. And
it's something we may try and run the silage day again or something like that, or just do it ourselves. But it'd be nice to knock a bit of crack out without harvesters. Go on, you're most of the side something there.
But that's one of the things. This tractor is. It's on the button, it's running, everything is working on it. It is something that we may
good brakes on it.
Yeah, we may get a little bit of use out of during the year, maybe get something, but it is limited with the single clutch. Anything that's driven by the PTO, it's
the minute you put your foot in the clutch,
it stops. So say single chop harvester, like if it was dual clutch, you could have a bit of crack, you could try put the rake on it and go raking and things like that for the crack.
well, you wouldn't.
You make a good video, but with single clutch, it's just not that
You may get
straightforward.
the Cambridge rollers now and roll a bit of corn or something now if the weather was nice and there
Yeah.
was time. But our biggest enemy is.
Time, but sure, Cambridge roller on that, you could work away. The only thing is you have no hydraulics, do you?
There is one service. They came with
there?
one service on them.
I don't see a service on
It's
it.
kind of a complicated thing. There's a second lever.
Right.
There should be a second lever around there. Doesn't it fit in there nice and neatly now?
It does, and it does look fierce well. Painted up, it does look fierce well. Like
I love them in their original clothes, but it's nice to have one that's painted.
Yeah.
But look at the length of that bonnet, like.
yeah, you just for comparison now. That's four cylinder, isn't it?
Yeah, first in the
That's what that would look like with original engine, but then you just kind of get the feel of the stretch of the two extra cylinders. Anyways, where's your?
Yeah, there's a plug in it.
There's a plug in it.
See the tipping pipe down there.
Oh, that's it there.
Yeah, and the second lever worked the tipping pipe. It's primitive, but it would work.
It would work.
It would work. Would work.
Would work.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Right then. Probably won't start now.
oh, it'll start and it'll blow smoke and won't run for too long under the loft now. But anyways, is it going to take off now? You can hear that there, that's panting levelling off now, she's running nice and smooth. And it does sound fierce well, so it does, even when it's revving her out, she does sound fierce well.
Just when she warms up, she'll get in the smoke.
Yeah. Anyways,
She's on the button.
she is on the button. Fierce, tasty job. A great addition to the collection.
Well, it's something unusual now.
Yeah,
And it's something that I wanted to do probably 30 years ago.
yeah.
I never got to do it.
Never got round to it.
Never got around. Well,
Now you don't have to even get round to it. You have it now.
I had an engine located. It was actually an engine of a 285. BMC 6-cylinder engine. It might have needed a bit of work, but I could never get my hands on
Another 1060.
1060. I either got one that was a bit dear and not too good to go monkey in.
Yeah,
I couldn't just. I needed to locate one with a bad engine.
yeah,
And the engines in some of them working great now, mind you.
yeah.
We had one that, oh man, that one, the forklift out there, it used to peg some pile out, she was left ticking over.
Yeah,
It was a disaster that way. The one in the shed out there done it too, but I sobered that one evening. I put it to the corn mill.
yeah.
Never done it after. It was the glazed cylinders. Anyway, doesn't do them good to be ticking over. Need a bit of work.
Needs to do something. Anyways,
But that does look nice.
hopefully we get to put this show pony to work at some stage, doing something.
Well, we'll probably ready for a few vintage shows if the vintage shows.
Yeah, aye, if the vintage shows open up this year, hope we might get to do a few rounds. Cheers with the 64.99 and the big low loader, we bring some out of them on it.
Oh yeah. It'd be nice to get to a few shows and bring a bit of stuff to a few shows, so it would.
So yeah.
It would be nice.
But anyways, and just one question I know people always ask: why buy another one? Why buy more?
not?
Why not? We
not?
don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't do any of that sort of crack. So that's what we put our money
This is
into.
the excuse he's making, justifying it.
That's how you justify these things.
Listen to me for too long. That's
Yeah.
what's wrong with you.
And that's how we justify it. It's a hobby. It's collection.
It's just a hobby. It's just a hobby.
It's something to have, and it's
I didn't go out looking for it.
no. That's one of the things. A lot of things that come to us that seem to find their way to us.
And on that note, we have another surprise later on.
Yeah, another one.
A big surprise.
Yeah, but anyways, that's a video and a story for another day. So I think we're going to leave it at that. There'll be some footage either before or after I've put in of just driving into shed, give you a bit more of the throttle action and that
It was warm.
when it was warm. But yeah, it's fierce. I'm very happy with it.
It's a
now.
lovely engine.
It's
Lovely engine.
lovely tractor, lovely job on it, and
Unusual.
usual. Hopefully, we'll get to use it during the year. But anyways, we're going to leave it at that. Hope you enjoyed
off for a
today's
bit now, yeah.
video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Thursday and Sunday for the month of February till we see how we fit into March. But
Around the cutbacks.
we're on the cutbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that is it from us. Good luck. You've got them about 3 inches that side. Now just straight back, straight back, straight back. Were you expecting a different result, were you?
Oh dear blessings, that's pure black.